You guys hear me?
Yes.
I see Mark is on the join the call first. If you can give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, Mark, or in the chat. I believe you wanted me to hit the record too, correct?
Yes. So Dave, under your more, where it
I
says
got it.
record. Yep. Okay.
Morning, Jeff. Please let us know if you can hear us. You have a few more minutes here. We'll get started here. Jeff, you just joined. Just can you come give me a thumbs up? You can hear me talking right in the presentation.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Amy, how many licenses does Jeff have for Copilot in place?
None yet. So I think we need to quiz him on questions.
We're gonna quiz Jeff, yeah. Okay. Most people hopping on right here. We'll give another minute to get started. Just before we get started, I was last week at our annual security AI event out in Denver, and some of the biggest notes for me as a business leader and owner and kind of the vision is how this world of AI has changed dramatically. And they polled us 3 years ago, and a very small percentage of us were even thinking about it, embracing it. They did the poll again 2 years ago, then last year, and we went from around 5% to about 40% of the crowd actually embracing it and using it. And they started showing examples. That's kind of what we're going to do today, just some examples as your business can use this. Because one thing we're going to, a lot of people concerned how AI might affect the people. It's really not about replacing people. It's about allowing us, as busy as we are, to find different ways to use the product to do some of the mundane stuff. We're going to go over some of that today. Our two of our main speakers, one had a family emergency and one had a flight delay. So unfortunately, you guys are stuck with me today. I will do the best I can going through the AI pilot. We will be recording this and doing another one in the next month or two. We feel it's very important to be educating our clients and the audience to how AI is being used, not only in the Microsoft 365 world within your environment, but also how we'd use it outside of the environment. And I'd also like to probably, if Wendy, if you can get the first polling question going. I'm just curious on the audience today, who's actually embracing AI in your organization?
That came up on screen, so we'll give everybody just a couple minutes to reply, Dave. It's not even 10:02 yet, so just in case we
Right.
have any stragglers, we'll just keep that up in the background, but you can
Good.
submit as appropriate.
Well, thank you everyone for taking time out of your schedule today. This should be about 35, 40-minute presentation. There's a lot to cover. So again, we're just kind of keep at the high level from your organization of the things you can start doing to use AI in your environment. My name is Dave Hodgson. I am the CEO and founder here at PCG. We started in 1996, and it's been an important part of our strategy to consistently provide content. And we'll do them, our goal is to try to do these about once a month, every 2 months, is providing content that could be relevant to your organization. So today's topic is on the 365 Copilot. And one thing we're noticing in the staggering statistics that 80% of organizations believe AI will give them a competitive edge. That's probably the number one thing I want to embrace to the audience right here is that it is coming, it is here, and we need to start using it. And I suggest that you try to find in your organization what I call a champion, someone in your organization that's going to take the reins, get the license, whether it's Copilot, ChatGPT, start using it in your teams, your Word, your Excel, in your marketing team, in your finance team, on your sales team. Just start using it and have that person feedback to your leadership team and start finding ways to use it. You do need to embrace it, and it is a very, very powerful tool. Employee leaders, I think the thing we're finding out, and Amy's one of our employees here at PCG, she's going to talk about some of how she's using it to delegate her work. About 70% of employees are willing to delegate work to AI. 64% of employees lack time and energy to do their job. So we'll find some statistics that there's certain stuff that you can set up within the AI model to do some of that mundane stuff. You're doing search on Excel spreadsheets, you're doing search on a competitor, you're doing search within content that was written. So the world's changing. We know things we've all seen from the days of the computers in the 80s to the cell phone in the late 2000, or early decade of 2000. It's changing how we communicate. So technology is at an inflection point. In my mind, our ways of communicating are almost too much between the phone, the text. You see the young kids, how they do the Snapchat. There's just so much stuff coming at you. You need to find a way. I can't look at my 300-400 emails a day, look at all my texts, but within AI, I can start using that to sift through to get to what I need to see. This chart kind of hit home with me, showing you how long it took for certain technology to reach 100 million users. So the mobile phone took 16 years. The internet took 7 years. Facebook about 4.5 years, and look how long it took to hit 100 million users on ChatGPT, 3 months. So that slide is from last year. So this is just staggering how it's moving forward. So it looks like that first poll that came through is about a 50% mixed bag, and some people very few. No one has at 0%, which I would concur with that one. And about 9% are saying that no one has using AI. So think about on the business side of how you feel AI can, and this is where we need to think and talk as business owners, leadership of running your business, how you can grow your customers, how you can build your brand, but most importantly, as you scale, staying secure. So I've learned the hard way through artificial intelligence, and I know a lot of people have been hearing us talk about security, cybersecurity, but AI is the number one concern for people in technology because the bad guys are using AI to get to us. So we're using AI to reflect and kind of not allow it to get to us. So AI is here. We need to understand how it's being used against us. And I'm assuming you're seeing AI. I see it on 60 Minutes. I see it on CNN. You're seeing it everywhere in the news. It's almost overwhelming kind of how the technology is. So again, I embrace you guys to just start using it, find a champion, and start using. How people are using AI is, first of all, what are your goals? How do you want to use it? Where are some pain points that your organization is having that you think AI can address? AI can't address everything. We still need people. We're not looking to replace the creative minds, but we are looking for areas for finding information that can help us make decisions. So what are your current capabilities in terms of AI? Does your organization have a strategy in place for your data? Does your organization have the necessary infrastructure and resources for AI initiatives? So these are all things you need to be thinking about as you plan for AI. Another great stat up here, they just kind of talk about I don't have to read all the statistics, but it's pretty easy to see how people are finding, and again, Amy's going to go over a few of it right there, the mundane tasks. Looking for information that you just spend so much time. Think about how we either use Google or try to search in your inbox. You go to your internet browser, you go to your file browser, you're trying to find data. So this is how the product is going to help you find that data in a much faster way. You'll see the statistic on the right that 96% would be disappointed if they no longer had access. 83% would not want to go back to working without Copilot. And then if you're doing new hiring, especially the younger generation, I'm the older generation, it's not something I'm looking to, but the younger generation, they are living and bracing in this environment. So you want to let that prospect coming to your organization that, we are embracing AI, and we're hoping that's going to help you with your job environment here.
Dave, can I
Yes,
just launch one more?
absolutely. We
One
love
more
polls.
poll. Hold on here. Yeah, so wanted to just see, just in terms of overall knowledge and usage, whether it's personally or professionally, what are you guys thinking in terms of your own knowledge? Are you a total newbie? You fall somewhere in the middle, or do you already consider yourself a super user? So let us know that, and we'll keep that open for a while, Dave.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So think about in the workday efficiencies of how you're going to summarize a PDF document, turn a 20-page PDF into 5 bullets. In today's world, we're busy. Just cut to the crap. Give me the stuff that I need to know. So there's a lot of data out there. But as people in business management trying to make decisions, make the relevant stuff, just consolidate the stuff I can make a decision on. Help draft your emails with social content. Generate images within your Excel spreadsheet. Get answers to specific complex questions. And again, we'll go over a couple examples of that. Is the data's out there. We just need to find more efficient ways to get to it. And you're going to notice with the Microsoft Copilot version, again, it's really built to 2 ways. One, to work within your environment of all your data within there, but also to go outside of it as you search for other data. So I'm going to do a short video right here. There's just a sprinkling to kind of show how they're using it within their environment. And think about today's world of how many meetings your organization has. I think during the course of the week here, there's probably about 14 or 15. I'm a part of about 4 or 5. But also, if you want to see what's going on in other meetings, you have the ability to get a very consolidated, brief snapshot of what's going on in that meeting, if there's any action items that had to be dealt with. But having Copilot available in your meetings is fantastic. So let me play this first video for you.
Imagine you have an appointment that conflicts with your weekly business review. What if you could do both? With Copilot, you can opt to follow a meeting. After the meeting ends, Copilot will summarize what you missed. You'll get a notification in Teams when the recap is ready. This recap will highlight content that was shared, summarize notes, and any action items for you or others whose names were mentioned. You see that one of your customers was discussed, and you want to learn more. You can ask Copilot clarifying questions, and it provides a detailed response. It can tell you why a certain decision was made, and gives you helpful context. You can even ask Copilot what other solutions were considered, and it provides citations from the transcript so you can see where Copilot drew these conclusions. It's a huge time saver. So that was pretty cool. But the real magic of Copilot happens during a live meeting. Let's say you're in a meeting with your team. You can ask Copilot to summarize the meeting so far. You can see how it summarizes who said what points were made, and it's really capturing the spirit of the discussion. And as the meeting progresses, you can check in on where people stand. You can even ask Copilot what questions are unresolved. It's just amazing to see this happen in real time during a meeting.
So Copilot is a product within the Microsoft 365 platform. In today's environment, as they really had to build it in many different ways. And number one, they had to focus on security. They had to focus on compliance. They had to focus on privacy and also be responsible. And I think those are four major attributes to why the product was designed and built upon. That you need to make sure that whatever's in your data is not accessible to the outside world. This is your intellectual property, and you want to make sure you're hitting all measures, especially if you're illegal, if you had to go back for certain information, medical, but you want to have that data available to you. You want to make sure it's secure, it's accessible anywhere, and you're meeting all areas of responsibility. So there is a free version of Copilot. Again, I recommend anyone in the audience to at least start with the free version, but you're not able to do everything you want, especially in an enterprise work environment, that the Copilot license is $30 per user per month. Keep in mind, if you might have 25, 30 users in your environment, not everyone needs it. You might have your 4 or 5 key people that need it. And once they're using it, such like that Teams meeting, your team has accessible to that stuff. They don't have to actually have a Copilot license to have access to that particular recording. So again, the Copilot license is $30 per user per month. We have an example here of how Copilot is used in Excel. Let me run this one for everyone.
Copilot puts all the rich capabilities of Excel at your fingertips. Say you need to analyze this quarter's sales results for the monthly business review. You start by asking Copilot to analyze the data and give you 3 key trends. Within seconds, you've got what you need, but you want to drill in. You ask Copilot a follow-up question about one of the trends. Copilot creates a new sheet, giving you a sandbox to play in, and helping you get a better understanding of what's happening without modifying the data in the original sheet. You ask Copilot to visualize what contributed to the decline in sales growth this period. Copilot adds a little color to make the problem jump off the page. Now you want to dig a little deeper and ask a follow-up question with a what-if scenario. Copilot not only answers your question, it creates a simple model of the scenario, and even asks you if you want to learn more about what it did, with a step-by-step breakdown. Finally, you can ask it to create a graph of your projected model. Copilot has turned a sea of data into clear insights and actions.
So the key as you're using the Copilot is it really comes down to what they call the prompt. You can't be vague. So on the right, you kind of see the less effective, just a few words. You need to think about this if you're asking your supervisor or manager, your admin, you need to speak to the Copilot prompt much like you would a person. Like, I just go tell my admin something in a few words. What did he mean? What does he really want me to do? So be effective, specific and full sentences, instructions, what you're looking for. Make sure you're stating your tone, your purpose. And at that point, you will start getting better responses. There are no wrong prompts. You just want to make sure you're asking in your environment. Some examples in your workday that you had some articles that you were looking for, you want to summarize this. You can't find stock images to match your presentation. Create an image like this. So think about in your job environment how you might do something, whether you're in finance, whether you're in legal, whether you're in production, manufacturing, you're on the sales team. Think about how that particular your environment would help you with those responses and prompts. I'd like to have Amy pop in. So Amy is our wonderful client success manager, and she's embraced the Copilot. And Amy, I'd like you to give the audience kind of some options of how you've embraced AI and how you're using it to help not only in your work environment, but our clients.
Yes, absolutely. So, yep, I recently, only a few weeks ago, actually got the Copilot license. One of the things that Dave had touched upon, and just want to make sure everybody understands, where you've got Copilot, you can go out to the web, you can search anything. But what we're really honing down in is Copilot for 365. So that includes your Teams, that includes Outlook, that includes all of your apps and SharePoint. So I think pretty much everybody here does know me, and I'm sure that you guys all know I live and breathe out of emails. I'm getting inundated with emails. So if I was trying to go through and I'm trying to remember, hey, somebody emailed me asking me about a particular, maybe a particular project or a certain computer, but I can't remember. At the old days, I'd have to go in and sort my emails. I can just go in now and I can type in, all right, show me this, bring me any emails that discussed a particular content. So never mind just from a person. If I can't remember, oh, I don't remember how long ago that was, I could search within even like a time frame. So, hey, in the last month, how many times did Chris emailed me asking me about, a CAD PC, whatever it might be. So super, super helpful for things like that. The other thing when you're thinking about with SharePoint, which is, if not everybody's there, but it's like your file server. So documentation, people are asking me, okay, did somebody have a risk assessment? Was there security training? Was there, a price list? So we keep things in our SharePoint within different folders and subfolders. And I may not have been the person that saved it there. So I could go into our SharePoint and think, okay, where am I going to go through and find this? I could just go right into my Copilot and I can say, hey, find me this security training that was posted for this particular customer without even having to go in and drill down on the folders. And it will just pop up. It will give me a link. And that's the other thing that's good. Like if I'm asking things and it might have multiple responses, it's going to give me each of those links right there. So I can go through without having to go right into my Outlook, without having to go into Teams and click those links. We use Teams here for everything. We have a lot of different group chats. And I know that something was mentioned, there was a topic that was discussed, but I'm like, oh, I don't know who did that, who sent me that. I just remember somebody did. I can easily just say, hey, let me know who sent me this information in Teams, and it will find that information instantly. So I I love it. I'm still, fairly new to it. One of the things that with Copilot, with AI, it learns as you continue using it. So it's going to notice, it's going to learn your prompts, what information you're trying to get to. It will give you suggestions if you're not sure what to ask. It will give you different suggestions. Hey, show me emails in the last week that I still need to follow up on, and it will find all that information. So, yeah, I absolutely love it. And like Dave said, even if one person at the company starts with it, we do have some customers, using it now, and just playing around. You guys do have access. If you go into Edge, you will see there's like a little blue tilde to the right. If you open it up, that is your free version. Definitely suggest people, play around with that. But like Dave was saying, where we're talking about this that's different is within your organization, and it is secure. So, and if I don't have access to a particular folder, it's not going to let me go there. So you don't need to worry about that. It's still going to follow your security structures.
That's a
And if
good
anybody,
point.
yeah,
That's a huge point Amy, about the security. So just that did concern me that how good is AI that it still goes down to the whole thing between the Active Directory, or Entra they call it, is you don't want certain people in certain teams to have access to data. So your data is your intellectual property. So you don't want someone in the sales team to get access to the finance team or to see somebody's payroll. So Amy can use AI all she wants, but she doesn't have access to certain folders unless she has permission. That's a good point, though, Amy.
yep, yep, yep. So, and if anybody has questions after that, ping me. I can go through things with you guys. But yeah, absolutely.
So here's a short video on how people are using an Outlook, and I think Amy kind of used it in the same way there.
Copilot in Outlook can help you prioritize your time and stay on top of meetings. Here you've been invited to a meeting that conflicts with a meeting you're planning to attend. Clearly, you can only attend one. From the meeting invite, you can choose to RSVP with follow. Switching over to your calendar, you can see that you're now following this meeting. Once the meeting starts on Teams, the organizer will receive a notification to record the meeting because someone is following it. Now, after the meeting is done and the recording is ready, Copilot will notify you that the meeting recap is ready for you to review. You can then ask Copilot some questions about the meeting, like, summarize this meeting, or are there any action items for me? That way you can stay on top of things as if you were present during the meeting.
So again, Copilot is many ways you can use it to search for stuff. So just think about in your environment, whether it's analysis, tables, content, image, summaries, the answers out there. And again, Amy's brand new to AI. And again, I can't embrace enough or to have you guys get some people to start using it. You can kind of see the excitement. Amy's come up. I can't believe how quick I found that. So sometimes she would get frustrated, can't find the data, and then with a short period. Amy, do you feel there's certain statistics saying how much time it's going to be saving? Do you know, from even though you're early adopter, are you how much time savings are you think you're finding a day already?
Yeah, it's been huge. It's absolutely been huge, especially because I'm getting requests obviously from our customers requesting information. Hey, I can't find this document. Can you resend it? Um, I just type it in and it pulls it and it's already emailed out. So instead of something taking me perhaps 10 minutes to find, I'm finding it within 10 seconds. So
So does that mean, Amy, we can give you more to do now?
no, absolutely not. No, no, but it doesn't make, and the other thing that, and for anybody that goes through and Googles, right, just in general, right, never mind just for your business, and you're trying to find something, you got to go into those articles, right? They'll get you to a site, but then you got to drill down and find exactly what you're looking for. Where with Copilot, it's going to bring you to the exact phrase you're looking for, that exact thing. Um, there's different options when you're chatting to be, hey, I want to be 100% precise. I want to be more of a creative, how I'm asking those questions. So, the thing that's great is it just saving you time from having to dig through and go into each link of something and read it. It's bringing you that data. It will summarize it. So like when I'm saying, hey, I want to see, our security pricing. So even if I just type that, it's going to find the pricing, but it will give me summaries. Oh, okay. Are you looking for, you know, s- standard security? Are you looking for project security? And I just click it and it brings me right to that document. So, yeah, I think I can't say enough about it.
I see some questions here in the other chat. So there's one question: does the free version allow you to work within 360? I think it means 365, but yes, you work, but it doesn't have like anything. The free version is going to be scaled down, not all the security stuff. But I feel the free version is where you start. But when you actually want to take the security, the full ability to use the product, you are going to want the paid version. But start with the free one and see how it goes. Another question is what browsers. It works in all the major browsers. So whether you're using a Chrome, Edge, Bing, you have the ability to access your Copilot or Chat GPT in there. Another question came in here: what are the differences between Copilot, Chat GPT, and Gemini? I'm not familiar with Gemini, but I started originally with Chat GPT. Microsoft does own Chat GPT, and Copilot and Chat GPT are very similar. They're just like when you're going to go buy, if I'm going to talk about having, I guess, a password manager. I don't care which one you use as long as you're using something. So ChatGPT is a fabulous product, but the Copilot is really designed to work within your 365 environment as well as above going outside of that. So again, I would start with the free version of the Copilot. ChatGPT I started with the free one, then I went with the paid one, but as a Microsoft shop, I've moved to the Copilot version. Starting with one is a good thing to do.
Hey, Dave, I just wanted
Yes.
to, Chris, to piggyback on that, I have a really good article kind of highlighting some of those. So I'll reach out to Chris and send him that as well.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
And keep in mind, our Microsoft Copilot expert was unable to attend, so he would have had those answers. Let me just run a quick one on the Microsoft Word.
When you've written a paragraph in shorthand, you can highlight it and click Rewrite. Copilot then offers several alternate options to choose from that are all written professionally. And it can translate wordy or complex paragraphs into digestible visualized tables. You can even use Copilot to add a column with extra data, which it can complete automatically. Copilot also makes you the expert on any document. Simply ask a question about the content, and Copilot will provide a concise response.
I think that was pretty cool right there about if you're writing something. I'm a decent writer, but a terrible speller. I can't type too well. So a lot of times it just helps me finding the right word or not being too wordy or to talk to the correct audience. So basically how you get started with, you can always contact PCG to learn more, learn how to use AI. And for, I can't embrace enough that someone in your organization needs to start using it. It definitely wasn't me to get started, but someone there needs to start it. Usually the younger generation is all fired up for it, but find someone in your organization on your various teams to embrace it. And but it comes from the top down if you're going to adopt it right there. A big part of why Copilot for 365 is a big part is the security, the compliancy, and the privacy, and that's a very important part to everyone on the call today. Is we need to protect our data, we need to protect our reputation users, and as Amy said, she's using it internally. She has access to the stuff she needs. She doesn't have access to the other stuff. So from a security standpoint, we feel good about that. We will be running more of these workshops. And again, I apologize for Walker and Patrick weren't able to attend due to some circumstances. I did the best I could. I'm not the expert on Copilot, but from my standpoint of a visionary of understanding for the business, I get it. I was at the in Denver last week, and there's about 3,500 people right there, and you're talking something that if you're not going to use it and embrace it, your business might not be around from your competitors. So it's something you do need to embrace. It's something that is not difficult. It takes a little bit of time, and even in the evening, just get the personal version, start using it in your personal life. Just start using the product. So I guess there's one more poll here before I hop off. It says, how often do you use AI now?
And that's a two-part question, Dave.
Okay.
We shared this before, and it was very interesting. I mean, I think that a lot of us are dabbling, but if we really have any takeaways from this from a marketing perspective, I know I look at it and I've dipped my toe in the water, but certainly, whether you're in marketing, finance, whatever department you're in, you can find a use for it. And to Amy's point, I think the free version is fine to start with, but man, can you get really deep and robust results that impact your productivity if you pay up a little bit on the individual level. So just
So
run
one
that
thing,
for.
one
Go
thing I
ahead.
just wanted to also just mentioning on the question when you guys are asking about, what's the difference between, so Copilot is Microsoft's brand. They all are kind of running off of Chat GPT. It's kind of like all interconnected. It just, okay, how is Google using Gemini? They're rebranding it for Google things. So when you talk about Copilot and the way we're saying we can use it is within your 365. So anything related to 365 that's internal to your company is what that's Microsoft's solution. So if you were and I actually just chat GPT'd that to go through with that, but so everything has been developed based on the back of chat GPT, but Copilot in particular is going to be able to work within any of your 365. So again, your Outlook, your Teams, your SharePoint, any of your apps, such as, your Word, your Excel, any of those. So that's going to be, the big difference. They're all kind of running the same stuff. And then again, where Dave mentioned the big differentiator with Microsoft, and that gets when we talk about, licensing, a lot of you guys have 365 Premium, but when you talk about security, so obviously you don't want people to be able to possibly get into your network and just start chatting away to be able to get access to stuff. So there's security levels that are included within that.
I think I always look at when you're looking at products, whether it's Gemini, ChatGPT, or Microsoft, it's kind of like when I made the decision to use a PC or a Mac. On my phone, I'm going to either use the Samsung Android or the iPhone iOS. Both platforms, and again, ChatGPT is owned by Microsoft. It's embedded in their stuff, but there's various reasons why I use ChatGPT or within Copilot. And I'm assuming on now that Amy just brought up the Gemini, I did know what it was, but originally it's just Google's version. So there are some more questions coming in. I see Rich and Greg. So Amy, I'll let you
Yeah.
you can reach out to those guys if you want to.
And so yep. And again, this you do have to access it via Edge, not via Google. It's going to be on Edge. If you open up your Edge browser and you go to the very top and look to the very right, you're going to see like a blue shaped icon. And if you click over it, it will say Copilot. Let me know if anybody has any issues with that. But again, reach out to me. Everybody's got my information. Just reach out to me and I can go through. I could even, show you if you have certain questions.
Right, we made it a little bit condensed version. We know everybody's busy. We apologize again for our main speaker not being here. We would have dived into a few more things, but our focus today was just get you guys to start using it, start embracing it, find a champion on your team, have fun with AI, and have a good time with it. So we're here for some hot weather. I forgot to start the presentation. What a fabulous run by the Boston Celtics. So it's great to see that we have champions again. Banner 18 had the Lakers. Big parades on a Friday, but let's hope for a few more of those. So again, thank you everyone for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. And then again, anybody just reach out to me if you got further questions, and we can take them on a one-on-one basis.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.